What's up, YouTubers? I got to do a little update on the Kumamon buggy. I got quite a bit done since the last time I checked in, and this was kind of a thing where it was Grace's first RC, and I've been taking some photos and stuff, but I kind of wanted to really savor the moment with her and for on her first run, and didn't want to be so hung up on having to get all kinds of video footage. But that's why I'm giving you the update, because I'm going to kind of fill in the blanks up to this point and get you up to where I'm at. So, car is totally complete, totally built. All the wire connections, I always use the aluminum tape like you've seen before. Got a roll of it. I bought this roll a long time ago. I mean, it's lasted a long time. Cut little strips off of it, and you can use it to tuck all your wiring in, and it works fantastic. It sticks good. It can peel it off easily if you need to, but it makes everything look nice and clean. We had the iconic 4-channel radio, which we've been using, and has been working great so far. And if it continues to work good, I am going to buy another one and then start loading up on receivers, and I think I'm going to make that my radio of choice, because I think that's great. I mean, I don't need to spend $200-300 on a transmitter to run a car like this. So I like that price range, you know, anywhere from, you know, $60, $60, $70. That's a pretty good range for me. And I have so many radios that if I can get a decent radio like this iconic and buy receivers and run 10 units off of one, it'll be a great value. And I love the radio. I think it just works great. So, kind of recap why we're talking a little bit. 2RC Productions was started with the beginner in mind. And that's kind of, I'm old school with RC. I like the old basic brush motors and the Tamiya cars and stuff. This is what I grew up with. There's a lot of cool technology out there. There's so many different things going on, but you notice a lot of my cars are brushed, and that's what I really enjoy, because that's where my roots are in the hobby. I mean, I like the new stuff too, and I will be getting a little more into the brushless stuff in the future and stuff like that, but I still keep going back to the brush motors and the old Tamiya kits, and I just enjoy the heck out of them. So anyway, finished up the buggy itself. Grace got to take a run the other day, and I mean, the thing ran great. I was actually really impressed how good it was. She was running in a little in the off-road, and then she ran on the grass, and then she was running on the sidewalk and the street up and down the curb and stuff, and probably drove for about an hour. And I have a 3300 in here right now, and it's got the 380 motor. I had the rates down to like 50%, and she did really well. And the battery was still good when we stopped. So I'm saying this could easily last an hour and a half, 2 hours, this battery on a charge with this motor and setup. So I painted the wheels the candy pink, which ultimately I ended up using on the body too, and I just love this color. She wanted pink, but I didn't want to do just a basic pink, and I didn't want to do the same pearl pink that I did on a lunchbox. I wanted to do something different. So I painted up the wheels, and the first day she was so anxious to get it out that I didn't even spray the inside. So I just put a couple coats on the inside just to get some pink on there, and it's like 6 coats on the outside, because I left the white as the base, so it took a lot to cover it. With the candy is you know, transparent, so you have to have a good base behind it, and you got to build it up. It's a little tougher to paint. You got to watch so you don't get runs and stuff, because it's a little thinner. But the end result is the colors, candy colors, look fantastic in the sun. So the only modifications I did on the car was I took these this is what they give you for damper. Basically, you cut a piece of rubber hose and stick it on the shaft of the shock, and this, you grease it, and then this slows the rate of the travel of the shock, so you don't get the bounciness like without. But I got rid of those because I didn't like it. I'm not a real big fan of these shocks. These are probably the worst friction setup that I've seen so far, just for the fact they kind of stick a little when they sit for a while. You really got to keep them lubed up. But we're going to roll this way for a while. It's not like she's going to be doing hardcore off-road racing or anything. So we're going to roll with this for a while. I can always upgrade the shocks to oil-filled later. Let's see. I went with the speed controller I told you out of the Unimog kit, and I'm going to use the brushless ready one in the Mog in case I ever decide I want to switch that over. Grace is going to be switching over to brushless. When she outgrows the 380, she'll be going to the 540, or I'll get her maybe a 12 turn, 15 turn, something like that if she needs some more speed. Put a 7-cell in there, give her a little more boost. I think that's pretty much what I got. Oh, I locked the differential out, which I covered in the video of the build. and the gearbox is really working well. And it seemed to definitely help having this differential locked down when she went off road, especially in the tall grass. Because I know that these buggies have a tendency to get stuck or go real slow, or the tires start slipping if they get hung up a little. You know, the limited slip will start, one tire will slip, the other one will be driving. And she had absolutely no trouble with that, anything she got into. All right, now getting on to the next part, which I posted pictures on Google Plus. I started painting the body up. And I got that all ironed out, some striping, and I got a couple decals on there. Put the 2RC, put the 2015 because she got it for Christmas. This is her first hobby grade car. I started painting the interior here, the floor pans. I did gold, and I'm going to do the seats, I believe, black. I'm going to look at this a little more. I think I'm going to do those flat black. And then what I'm going to start doing on the next phase of this, so you guys kind of know, is I have some stainless steel tubing. I believe I talked about this in one of the other parts of this video. I got some stainless steel tubing, and I'm going to make a custom roll cage out of stainless steel tubing in this. I'm going to bend it all up and put it all together, and it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's really going to finish off the look of this car, and it's going to look awesome. So got the body post and everything. Everything is set. It's running good. The look's starting to come together. I think it really looks cool. So give you an update in a little bit on the next phase.
What's up, YouTubers? Rich here from 2RC Productions. Little Kumamon update. Got a little wiring going here. A little while back I picked up a sampler set here of 5 LEDs raw, because I want to build my own set complete with resistors and everything, and I have the hookup wire already. So kind of messing around here. I've been wanting to get Grace's going, so we're working on the wiring on the buggy itself, getting everything all tied in. I got the little enclosure in the front that's going to light up the laser etch glass that Josh Hanna made. I got the switch there, got the wires coming off of there. Let's start splicing all that together. I had the 2 leftover Proline light buckets from Josh's stretch box, and I told you we took it out one time and I lost the lenses for it, so there's no lenses, but whatever, it still looks pretty cool. We're wiring this up, and it's the things that, I mean, this Proline lights look awesome. Proline as a company is, you know, fantastic. They've been around since I was a kid. They make a lot of cool stuff, but I just get aggravated. Like, this came with no instructions whatsoever, and you know, piecing it together, you have to put the LED in the back, and then I'm looking at these little covers that they have, and they're solid. They got the little Proline emblem on there. They look really cool, but the problem is when you actually go to wire them, you can't run a wire through them. So I have to drill them out. So you got to drill them out and then slide the wires through, and then you put a couple screws in there and holds it in, and that's fine. I don't mind doing that. I mean, we're hobbyists. We can modify things, but it would be nice to have a little instruction manual in there so you know exactly what you have to do. So we're working it along. You guys saw the paint work and everything, and my plan is to get all this wiring wrapped up for her tonight, and we're going to run this off her 4-channel Iconic radio. We're going to use this plug here to be able to disconnect it, take the body off, plug it in, put it on. She can have the lights on, or she can have the lights off. If she's running and she wants the lights on, she'll be able to push the switch because it'll be plugged into the receiver. Shut it off whenever she wants, but it'll have a constant 6-volt power supply, and we don't have to worry about batteries. I've been switching over all the vehicles, and this is the way the stretch box is going to be as well. The 6-volt power on these lights is plenty bright enough, and it works good, and then you don't have to worry about it. You have the power there from your battery when you need it. When you don't need it, you shut the switch off. All right, YouTubers, the Kumamon is complete. And I changed the one thing. I had a battery in here before, a 4.8. I decided to run through the 3rd channel. Well, it's actually the 4th channel on the Iconic. The 3rd runs like an extra servo or something. The Iconic ET4 radio, super sweet radio. I love it. So I ran to the receiver, the 6-volt, put a little red LED in the back, just like kind of like a, thought it was kind of cool, little power switch showing its power to the rig. We got the nice little switch mounted inside. Flip that, lights go on and off. Got these amber looking, they're not yellow, they're kind of an amber look that was by a fluke. They're like a, I don't even know what you call them, soft white, amber, whatever. And they actually look really cool. It kind of matches the body color, like the center body color. And then the Grace is white, light, with pink. I painted behind the laser etched glass that Josh Hanna, Midlife RC, made for me. And all I did for the bottom was take a top of a spray can and I cut the lid down and put it underneath, and that was my housing. And it says Grace, and there's a white light inside there that lights up real nice, and that's actually brighter than everything else, which is cool. See all the interior detail, the gauges, and put a little speaker in the middle and a gear shifter, little Kumamon bear, the switch mounted in there. Paintwork turned out really cool. I got a lot of good compliments on the paint on Google Plus. This is neat because during the day, if she's running, she can do that. It's running through the receiver, just flip the switch. There's the lights, and I'll give you a little view in the darker area what it looks like. You can see the Grace. It looks really cool. It's laser etched Grace. 2 yellow amber looking headlights, little power LED on the back, little red, and the Grace just looks awesome. It just turned out really, really cool. So that's it for the Kumamon. There was a lot of parts to this build as well, and I appreciate everybody for sticking by and watching all the parts and commenting and thumbs upping, and so thanks again for all the support, and that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.